So a couple of updates for you on Minneapolis. The Office of Professional Responsibility has filed a preliminary report to Congress, and in that report they stated that someone yelled, "He's got a gun, he's got a gun," but that after someone said, "Hey, I have the gun." And if you've seen the reports or seen the videos, you can tell that there is no brandishing of a gun. Alex never had it in his hand. He never took it out of its holster. All he had was a camera. And so the report itself is kind of backtracking a little bit of what was said earlier when Kristi Noem said he walked up brandishing a gun, and Trump was saying that he had a gun, he had a dangerous weapon. All of these things were, there were defensive shots fired by the officers. And now this report is actually coming out, and it is basically setting that entire story back on its heels, because they don't get into the order of it, but they talk about an officer saying he's got a gun, he's got a gun, shots being fired, and then somebody else saying I have his gun after the fact. And if you've watched the videos, you can tell he already had it. The officer took that gun from him before those statements were made and before he was shot. But there are multiple agencies inside of the government now that are looking at that. Some of these are independent as well, but they're breaking that down, and we should get a lot more clarification on this. And clarity, again, there's lots of video, and now even the reports themselves from the agencies are coming, and they're basically backtracking on what they said earlier. The second piece of news is, if you remember, acting director of ICE, Todd Lyons, was ordered to appear in court Friday for failing to follow a judge's orders. There was a detainee that had not been given his bail hearing, his bond hearing, and they were basically ignoring the judge. Well, the judge came out yesterday, Monday, and said, go ahead and be prepared to show up on Friday to face me directly and talk about this, or you will be placed in contempt. Amazingly enough, somehow today, this afternoon, Tuesday, that detainee was released down in Texas. So, yeah, the judges aren't playing around. Even in the statements, the judge says, my patience is at an end. And so it does look like we're starting to see some accountability, and it does look like some of these officials are like, oh shit, my time is up. There's been so much pressure going around about Alex Pretti, as well as Renee Good and others, and Liam Ramos, which we did an update on earlier. And now, yeah, it's coming back to roost. So you're seeing these people say, like, well, maybe I got to get my shit together because I don't really want to go to jail, because it is unraveling for a lot of them. So that's good news as well. Again, that detainee was released down in Texas. There are many others that have run into the same issue. So the fact that the ICE director, when approached directly and held accountable for his own actions, is now starting to do something, that may be a door opening for others who had the same thing happen to them. But again, more information coming out from the shooting, Alex's shooting, and that whole conflict that's going to be what they said, DHS, Noem, Department of Justice right away, without any investigation, and now what they're saying now when you have several agencies, including independent ones, who are taking a look at that and starting to piece that together. So this is a slow but steady march right now towards accountability. Again, we need people arrested, and that's got to be it. It can't be, we're doing investigations, we need to get people arrested, and we can't stop until that happens. Never forget Epstein files. Keep pushing that. That is the gift that keeps on giving behind the scenes, and we are going to find justice for those 1,000 victims, 1,000+ victims. So never stop pushing that. That needs to be the doom and gloom that is looming over them all this time, and that's got to keep getting pushed in between all these other stories and all these other distractions and whatever they try to pull next. Okay, thanks.